let's have a look at the new Ability 11. So, first off, we're going to have a look at Skylinks. Now, I've only got the 4-star on my test account, sadly, but it'll do. So, Skylinks Ability 11. So, Skylinks Ability 11, it makes him set 2 targets on fire, dealing 3,458 damage over 8 seconds, and follow with a shroud to do more damage. So, obviously, it's very similar apart from setting. It sends out 2 fireballs. The Plasma Shroud lowers enemy damage by 75%, so that's increased. So it's obviously quite hard to see the lower of damage, but the Plasma Shroud is pretty good. I like that. But let's be honest, no one really uses Plasma Shroud. Everyone uses the Flame Strike, followed by Plasma Shroud, or they use Plasma Shroud, followed by Air Strike. We did test something else on the test server to make it a bit higher damage, and it was crazy good, but the ape said, no, this is a bit too powerful. The numbers are through the roof. We're going to scale it back again. But hitting 2 targets just increased the combo. So, yeah, is it a good Ability 11? Yeah, it's pretty decent. So how I would use it, I normally use the Shroud rather than the Flame Strike. Wind Chasers uses the Plasma Shroud in Raid. See, I don't do raids. I don't bother. So there you go. Yeah, so the Flame Strike's only visually hitting 1, but it is hitting 2. So I think they need to work on the visuals, but it is working. But see that section there cleared out with just 1 Flame Strike is crazy good. Crazy good. So, Link's Ability 11, pretty impressive. You use a Plasma Shroud like Wind Chaser does, then yeah, crazy good in raids. Flame Strike on its own, meh. But as a combo, because you're hitting 2 targets, that's pretty decent. So I'll give the Lynx one my seal of approval. Obviously, exactly the same for Blitzwing. And then we go on to Slash and Ripper Snapper. So I have given my Slash Ability 11 the second that I knew this had hit. Crazy good. So 15 seconds you are invincible to defenses as always, dealing X damage. With a 70% chance to deal twice damage now. And for stun. So it's 70% chance from 50%. Crazy good. I mean, the problem obviously with Slash is trying to get her in position. It sounds like just crazy damage, but sometimes you've got to go through like 5 and 6 defenses to get to that HQ. That's how 90% of people in the game use Slash, to slash bases. So you clear a section out, send Slash in to one side, send a pather upwards, and she slashes the base. Basically kills the base in 2 abilities. But you've got to try and be careful of your points. So you want to get her through the base as quick as you can. You want to use your Titan, or you can bind her to weaken defenses so she gets through defenses faster. So having the 70% chance to deal double damage is great for Slash. Absolutely amazing. It gets her through the base faster, which means using less ability points to get through the base. She can get nearer to that HQ and get the HQ down. So I've been slashing a few bases in untracked wars recently. So I'm at the stage where once I get her to 64, I'm going to start slashing bases in tracked wars. No one really uses the flare mines anymore. Those are prevalent in the game come 6 months ago, but then the MSM mines came in. No one uses flare mines anymore. Everyone tried to prevent sack. So I'm going to start trying to use Slash, and Ability 11, absolutely amazing. And for me, probably a pick of the bunch. Probably the Ability 11 out of all of them. I know it's only a small batch this time round. It's only, what, 5 bots. But yeah, this for me is a pick of the bunch. Absolutely amazing. And that's what most of the testers sort of said as well. So it's not like I'm being one-sided because I've got Slash at a higher level and enjoy her. But yeah, really good. This is a general setup as well with Megatronus and with Lionizer. So yeah, absolutely pleased with this. Absolutely buzzing about this. Love Slash. Amazing. So, next on the list, Red Alert. And this is where we start to go a bit backwards. So, Red Alert's ability 10. Give your allies 50% damage absorption and stun immunity for 9.5 seconds. So that increases to 10 with ability 11. And, you know, that's pretty good. Fair enough. The ability 11, though, yes, it increases the duration and the damage, but you become invulnerable for 10 seconds. Now, when people heard this, they went wild. They were like, invulnerability? That's OP as hell. Give me invulnerability. I will take it. And then they found out that that's also affected by the FFDs. Like his damage absorption is affected by the FFDs, so is his invulnerability. Just like Hot Rod, FFDs affect invulnerability. And so if there's an FFD in place, that invulnerability for 10 seconds is 0. So you can make it 100 seconds if you want, but if it's under an FFD, it ain't working. And that's not really, you know. So, let's do Red Alert first. Let's do Slash up here. She's not going to path up there, but so could do it. Now, we can use Red Alert. There we go. Under an FFD. Let's send it up there. 100% damage absorption. No, because of the FFD. Okay, next up on the hit list, we've got Sunstreaker. So, Sunstreaker's ability 11. So, shoots out 6 wide impact rockets and then go for large area in flames. So, Sunstreaker's ability 11, I have to show you the 4-star to show it, I think. It increases the impact area per rocket by 75%. And people have been asking, like, impact area, does that mean it's a bigger area effect? No. The best thing to do it is, I've done some maths, and we'll show you this in action. So, let's go with the 4-star first. So, the 4-star Sunstreaker does, and there's some maths involved here, so bear with me, guys. 4-star Sunstreaker with his G1 core does 6,328 damage. 6,328 damage. So, this beam laser with a silver health core does 6,324. So, by right, Sunstreaker should just about take this out with his ability. It's only 4 damage extra, but he should take it out. So, the feedback we gave about Sunstreaker in the test chat was, it doesn't quite do enough damage. It needs an increase in damage. The ape said, no, we think it does enough. We said, the burn needs to be faster. That's the problem. The ape said, no, it burns fast enough. And then we said, maybe it needs a bigger area. It needs a cost reduction. The ape said, no, it doesn't need a bigger area. No, it doesn't need a cost reduction. But the cost per damage it does is brilliant. And we said, yeah, but damage over time, especially in the current meta, doesn't work. It does not work. Everyone's using repair cores on the MDS, and Sunstreaker can't even get near the MDS. So, as we said, 6,328 damage, 6,324. So 4-star Sunstreaker takes it out, yeah? So Sunstreaker's ability. Fast forward a bit. And no. No, it doesn't. You can see that the Kremzeek's ready to burn, but it does not do the damage stated. So, what does the ability 11 do? So now, let's swap out. So, next up we've got, so on these mortars, these do 6554 damage, 6554, 6554. So if you go into base trials and put the 5-star back in, put Sunstreaker in. So we haven't put a VM or anything, but it does 6579. So again, slightly more damage than what the mortars are at. So going up with the 4-star, the 5-star will be slightly too short. Use Sunstreaker on the mortars. And the mortars go. So, to put it in context, Sunstreaker's ability 11 guarantees what damage he should do. I don't know. I'm baffled by it, basically. Ability 11 just makes him do his damage that he should do. But surely he should do that regardless. He should do whatever damage is advertised. It doesn't matter where the burn is, doesn't matter where it's situated. Sunstreaker should do equal damage no matter where you hit. If it's on the edge of his ability, it should do the same amount of burn. It shouldn't matter where it is. And when you place it in the middle of 3 defenses, it should do equal damage and should guarantee the damage. So what his ability 11 just guarantees what it should do anyway. It makes no sense to me at all. It increases the area. It doesn't increase the area of effects that much. So I don't get it. I really don't understand. Maybe someone in playtest is more clever than me, but I don't know. I mean, it just. I'll be honest with you. The damage it does seems a bit better than what I thought it would. And we can show that again because I was quite impressed because I've seen some videos on playtest of someone using Sunstreaker, and I thought, you know what, that's actually a bit better than what I thought. It's not as awful as I thought. It doesn't make him good though. Hard mode, Prime League, top level of the game, 5-star, maxed out Sunstreaker. Let's go. I know. Vix Motion put Sunstreaker meta? Are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. Mortars down. Beam lasers down. Cannons pretty much down. Kremzeek's been jumping all over. Look at that range as well. Sunstreaker right in the middle there. We'll send him in there. Let's use our Titan on that. That'll spread the Kremzeek a bit further as well. Ooh, it's a bit out of range there, but we'll send it up as well. And there we go. Sunstreaker on his own has actually cleared out quite a decent area. And if it actually did as advertised, it actually even killed the cannon as well. So I don't actually think he's that bad. I just think that his ability 11 is useless, apart from increasing his damage slightly. So Sunstreaker, better than I thought, but his ability 11 is pretty rubbish. On to the next one. So like I said, we're going through disappointing bots now. So let's get on to Ultra Magnus. So Ultra Magnus. So again, Ultra Magnus does 7,642 damage. If the main target is destroyed, it explodes, doing 2,866 damage to adjacent targets. Sounds pretty good. So 7,642. So on normal mode, 7,642 is slightly more than an autocannon with a 5% building increase. I know it's a bit unrealistic, guys. I mean, you don't put armor on cannons anyway, but you get. So we're trying to see if he does 7,625 damage. And I'm sure by now you can see where this is going. Ultra Magnus. Let's go. Ultra Magnus. Come on. I know you can take this cannon out. I know you can. Come on. Your damage states you can take this cannon out. He hits the cannon. And no. No, he doesn't. So, Ultra Magnus does not do the damage that's advertised. And why is that? Because his rockets are too random. But his ability 11, let's test it out. Let's try and destroy this target. Boom! So, ability 11 wise, it's pretty good if you can destroy the target. But again, it doesn't do as advertised. That is the problem with bots like this, is that when you take them into battle, especially in Prime League, you're depending on these bots to do X damage. That's the damage you want them to do, and that's the damage they should do, because that's the damage that's advertised. That's how it should work. It's simple as that. It's simple maths. And Ultra Magnus, 7625. He doesn't do 7625. He doesn't do 7642. He doesn't do 7625. Just about 7,550 or something. So his ability 11 is pretty decent. It does extra damage in an area after it's destroyed. I like his ability 11, but they need to get these stats right first. They said it's a rework of Ultra Magnus. Change his pathing then. Change it. Why is his ability not the same as Galvatron's? The problem is the randomness. And if you don't believe me on that, I'll show you something. So maxed out Galvatron, ability 11, nothing on him. So we've had a lot of complaints recently from cons about Blitzwing and Skylinks not being the same, not being comparable. Nemesis Prime and Hot Rod not being the same, not being comparable, and you know they need to be linked up. So remember, we had a cannon there, 7625. Galvatron does 7642. Ultra Magnus couldn't take it out. And so watch this. Cannon. Damage on the way. Cannon destroyed. So not only does Galvatron do the damage that he is advertised to do, he also does damage on the way to the target. So he does more damage than Ultra Magnus at the same level. Let's go with Galvatron again. As we said, does damage through the line to the target and actually does as stated. So the question is, as always, is Ultra Magnus broken? You know, his pathing is awful. It doesn't do as advertised. It doesn't do the same damage as Galvatron. And this was, I thought that this was the idea. The idea was to balance him out with Galvatron. And they haven't done that at all. They've talked about balancing him out, but they haven't balanced him one bit. I don't know what they think they've balanced him and how. Because this is not balanced. Both bots should have identical abilities. It's the cannon. Take it out. Damage on the way to both targets. All they need to do is take Galvatron's ability and give it to Ultra Magnus. Job done. There's no balancing other than that needed. That's pretty much it. His pathing's awful, but I get it's different, so people like that maybe. It walks off around walls. I don't like it myself. I don't like the range of his ability. I don't like the range of his basic attack. But it is what it is, maybe. But listen, we can't get past this. We can't forgive this. The fact that it doesn't do as stated. It doesn't, and Galvatron does more. It needs to be balanced, and you can't give Ultra Magnus more damage and different abilities. Just match them up. And listen, we can't give Galvatron's Ultra Magnus ability because it ain't doing as stated. So dead simple. Ultra Magnus needs Galvatron's ability. Plain and simple. It really is that easy. That's got to be done. That's got to be done. If you like this content, don't forget to hit the like button below, guys, before you leave. And if you want to see more content, you can hit the subscribe button below to never miss another stream or never miss another video. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.